Guys, so I have Paris and Peyton here, and actually it's Peyton and Paris, and we're getting ready for bed, and I'm down here in the baby room deciding which baby will go out with me tonight. I've laid down some of the other ones, and we were just gonna come talk to you guys a little bit about tonight. I wanted to talk about eBay. And some of you guys know I posted a status a while ago about how I feel about eBay with the auctions and bidding. And eBay can be your best friend and it can also be your worst enemy. I guess it depends on, you got to know what you're looking for on eBay and you got to be careful. I will take chances on new artists on eBay that I'm not that familiar with, as long as the price is not really, really high. I'm not going to, pay $500 for a reborn off of eBay if I'm not that familiar with artists, or I would say, like, if they don't have very close up pictures or whatever. If the pictures are pretty close up or pretty good, when I'm looking at for my reborns, I like pictures of the babies in different angles. Like, I don't want it to just be laying straight forward. I need you to do a picture of them from every angle almost. Not every angle, but at least, from the side. I want to be able to see a face view. I want to be able to see the hair. I want to be able to see the eyes. I want you to get close up on the legs. I want you to show me the feet. I want, you to show me the nails are tipped. I want to be able to capture some of that stuff in the photo some kind of way. If you're an artist that I don't have much feedback, or I don't know you that well, those are some of the things I look for. I actually also really enjoy artists that will put a picture of the baby in just its body. That way I can kind of see the way it's weighted. That was when I was new and didn't know how to reweight my own babies and everything, because I was one of those people that said I would never take my babies apart. And so I needed them to be realistic weighted when I got them, because I didn't know how to take them apart. So sometimes I would actually ask the artist, could they show me a picture of the baby in just the body? Because you can kind of tell if a baby is weighted pretty decently, by the weight. If they tell you how much the baby weighs, and then like the body proportion of the body. Sometimes people overstuff the shoulders, and then it's hard to put them on shirts and cover it, that cloth up. And sometimes people overstuff the body. It's like swole and really big and fat and look like just a balloon doll. I don't like that. So you can tell a lot by just looking at the body. So that's one of the things. The other thing is, it's just me, but some people don't care. But I like to know what the sculpt is. I hate to have to guess in an auction what sculpt it is, because then I get to Google it and look at the sculpt, and I'd be able to tell, like, how many inches it is and blah, blah, blah. I get to be able to do some other background research myself. But some artists don't put the name of the sculpts in there because they're kind of tired of people, like, copying their work, trying to copy their work. So some artists won't put the name of the sculpt in there. So sometimes, you might not get that, but I like to know the sculpt name and stuff. I don't like to guess the kit. I like to know what's weighted. I like for them to say it's weighted with fine glass beads and stuff with poly fill. I am not a person that would like my baby's stuff with poly pellets. But I know that some people do, and some people still weight their babies with poly pellets too. And I guess if it's a baby that I really, really like, it wouldn't matter, because now that I know how to take them apart and put them back together. I once had a collector tell me a long time ago, she was like, you'll learn to take these babies apart one day. And I was like, no, I'll never take them apart. And she was like, yeah, you will. And here I am today, I take them apart. Paris is the only baby that I have no intention on taking apart. I don't think that I ever will. I can't take her apart. She's just, I don't know. I just can't do it. So, but anyway, the other thing is I kind of prefer buy it now babies, unless if it's an auction and I'm going to get a good price on it, then don't, of course I will go for it. The thing about auctions is either you can get a really good deal or you can get a really, 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 really high deal. And artists don't like to hear me say this, but I'll say it anyway because I'm a collector. And I hate when a auction is for like 3 days or 6 days, and as soon as they listed it and it's like a low, it's different when they have a reserve. If they have if the artists have a reserve on the baby, then bid all you want until you meet that reserve, because until you meet that reserve, you're pretty much not going to win it anyway, for the most part. But I'm not saying just drive it up and not pay for it, but I'm saying, it doesn't make a difference on that case. And you'll see where it says reserve not met, and that means that they've set a certain price that's the least they're going to even let that baby go for. A lot of top dollar artists do that with their babies. But if it's a no reserve baby and the bid starts out at $99 or $199 or $200 or $300, if it's got 5 days to go, put it on your watch list. Watch it to the last day. If you get in a bidding war with somebody on the first day and drive that baby all the way up to $500 and your limit is $700, pretty much you're not going to get that baby, because you got so many days to go, and it's going to be so many other people that do the same careless thing, and that baby's going to end up being double what you would have gotten it for had everybody just sat and waited and then had your bidding war at the end. Because I've seen babies that still jump up pretty high in the last hour, but it still, to me, saves you a lot of money by waiting towards the end to bid, because at that point you're still pretty low, so you're not going to be way up there. If you run it up the first day and then you got 5 more days, it's just going to go sky high, and that just drives me nuts. I don't even bid on a baby once people start bidding like crazy on the first day or the second day. I just stop even paying attention. Sometimes I'll keep it on the watch list just to see, to humor myself, for how high it go, but I won't bid, or I have a set limit, and once it bypass that limit, I'm done. So that's the key to me. I wait till the last minute to bid on eBay, and I've won a baby for really, really good. Like I won one baby for $100, and the baby that I gave my mom, I won that baby for like $100 and something, really low. And her bid started out at 99 cents. And it was like tons of bidders on it, but I waited to the last minute. And then there's babies that I've lost in the bidding war, but I still waited to the last minute. And back then, my limit was very, very low, and so once they exceeded that limit, I didn't go for it anymore. However, those particular babies that I lost on those bids, I'm pretty glad that I didn't win those babies, because that artist has a very bad reputation at this point. And so those babies would have probably been a disaster anyway. So sometimes it's not meant for you to get something anyway. The other thing is, sometimes, not with auctions, because usually when artists put their babies on auctions, they want to try to get as much as they can out of it on the auctions or whatever, and let you determine what it's worth. And I can get that. I totally get that. But on buy it now babies, if it's an artist that you know and you really want that baby, look, sometimes if you contact that artist and like say they're on your Facebook and they have the baby listed on eBay, you contact that artist and say, hey, if I buy this baby from you straight out, how much would you sell it for me if we don't sell it through eBay? Sometimes they will sell it to you and they will end the auction, and they will, a lot of times you can save yourself about 15% off of the baby, because a lot of artists have to their defense, have to hike the prices of the babies up because of the fees on eBay. And then you got fees through PayPal. So, and if it's somebody you really trust, and I do this with some of my artists, but I don't recommend you doing this with a lot of people, because a lot of people is not trustworthy. But I also, sometimes if it's a well-known artist or whatever, I've even sent it as a gift so that they don't have to be charged the fees, and it saves me money. Sometimes it don't, but it's still, it's okay. I don't know, certain artists, like, I don't mind doing that with, but for the most part, I mean, if you contact the artist, sometimes they will sell to you off of eBay, because it will just, save them the fees, unless they're just trying to build up their status on eBay. So, yes. So sometimes, those are some of the things that you can do with eBay. And you just have to be careful with the photos. Don't just automatically go to bidding on a baby from the photos. Make sure you read all the descriptions and all to the fine print and everything, and read it twice so that you don't miss anything and misunderstand anything. And if you have any questions, email the artist. If the artist is not willing to answer your questions, then they are not worthy of your money, because that means if you have any issues when that baby arrives, they're not going to deal with you then either. So don't be scared to ask artists questions either. So, ask questions. And the other thing is, if you bid on a baby, be sure that you have the money to pay for it, and consider the shipping and everything. Don't bid on a baby that you can't pay for. Don't jack somebody bid all the way up and then skip, because then that artist lose out on the person that really could have afforded that baby. And then they got to relist that baby all over again. That's not fair to the artist. And it's just not right. And not only that, if they report you, eventually you're not going to be able to bid on eBay. So you don't want to mess yourself up like that either. I've had, like, a lot of people be like, oh, I bid on accident, I'm sorry. Or, I hit buy it now on accident. And, don't do that, Be sure before you hit that button. I mean, it happens sometime. I think I've had once where I did it, but you just don't want to make it a habit. You don't want to do it on purpose either. So those are a few things about eBay tips. And if you have anything to add, let me know. Any things that you do to win babies on eBay, or how you set up your search for a baby on eBay. Yeah, let me know. Oh, and shopping for, like, clothes and stuff like that, I have not mastered that trick yet. I don't know how people find some of the nicest things. Like, my Poetic Spirit finds some of the cutest things on eBay. I just can't seem to find good bargains on there. I don't know if I'm hitting the wrong thing in the search buttons or what, but I never find good finds on there. I did get this bottle today in the mail, and it actually was for Serenity, with the apple juice in it. And yeah, my zip ties didn't come, so Serenity didn't get changed. But that bottle and the other bottle came from the same person, and I've been kind of like ordering my stuff from them. I can find little trinkets like that. But once I bought some Pampers, premium Pampers for India on eBay, and realized that I could have gotten them $1 cheaper in the store. But that's okay. I guess I saved on gas. It was delivered to my front door. That's how I made myself feel better about it anyway. I thought I was getting a bargain, but I wasn't. So yeah, you also want to compare prices before you buy stuff too on eBay, and make sure you actually are getting a deal. It's nothing like paying brand new price for something used. it's not a good feeling. So just do your research, be careful, and that is all I have to say about eBay tonight.